Ang mga maglangke rin ang may-ari ng MBB Global Properties Corporation na siya namang nagmamay-ari ng Windham Garden Hotel sa Clark, Pampanga na itinayo sa halagang halos 1 bilyong piso. Gayunman, kung babalikan, hindi lamang maglangke ang kilalang family name na nagmamay-ari ng MBB Global Properties. Nitong August 15, 2025 lang daw nagpalit ng stockholders ang MBB. Nevertheless, the 2024 General Information Sheet o GIS of the MBB Global Properties Corporation would show the following. Macy Monique Maglangke, President. Sunshine M. Bernardo, Corporate Secretary. Fatima Gay B. Bonoan de la Cruz, Treasurer. Ulitin ko. Maglangke, Bernardo, Bonoan, MBB. Coincidentally, these are known surnames of today's flood control saga. Candaba Mayor Rene Maglangke, ang patriarch ng Maglangkes of Global Concrete Builders, contractor ng multi-billion peso worth of flood control projects. DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo na kamakailan lamang ay nag-early retirement matapos masangkot sa maanomalyang flood control. At siyempre pa, dating DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan. Maglangke, Bernardo Bonoan, MBB, Mr. President. Kayo na po ang mag-connect ng dots. By the way, sina Macy Maglangke, Sunshine Bernardo, at pati Magay Bonoan de la Cruz ay mga anak na mga nabanggit na opisyal ng gobyerno. Kaya naman pala ang palaging depensa ni dating DPWH Secretary Bonoan, isolated case lang daw ang nakita ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa Ghost Project sa Bulacan. Ayaw na siguro ni Bonoan na maungkat pa sa investigasyon ang Global Creep. Saan ba hantong lahat na ito, Mr. President? Our people are growing impatient and angry, but we are not in the business of quick fixes and band-aid solutions. The newly installed Secretary of Public Works and Highways, Vince Dizon, has hit the ground running to weed out the corruption in the agency. Investigators are running their course in both chambers of Congress. The President shows no sign of wavering in this fight. We are on the right trajectory in getting to the bottom of this systemic rot and punishing to the fullest extent of the law those who have corrupted us. Sa dahilang ang prosecution ay mandato ng ehekutibo, titiyakin nating may ambag ang oversight functions ng Senado sa pagpapanagot ng mga sangkot. Lahat ng may kinalaman sa pagnanakaw, mapakontraktor o empleyado ng DPWH o mambabatas man, ay dapat isama sa kasong kriminal na isasampa. We respectfully urge the DPWH to refer this matter for the filing of criminal cases, including multiple violations of Article 217 in relation to Articles 48 and 171, Paragraph 4 of the Revised Penal Code, or malversation through falsification of public documents. For one, the falsification of documentation, particularly the use of manipulated photos in contractors' progress billing reports, later certified by DPWH officials, is a blatant violation of this provision. Mr. President, even if we do away with said complex crime and file cases for malversation alone, kung ang tampok na halaga ay higit 8.8 million pesos, reclusion perpetua o pagkakakulong ng 20 years and 1 day to 40 years ang parusa. Next is the prosecution for violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, Republic Act 3019, Section 3E, causing undue injury to the government or giving a private party unwarranted benefits, advantage, or preference through manifest partiality, evident bad faith, or gross inexcusable negligence. And Section 3G, entering on behalf of the government into contracts manifestly and grossly disadvantageous to it. And Section 8, in relation to Republic Act 1379, unexplained wealth. We also strongly endorse the filing of charges for violation of Republic Act 7080, or the anti-plunder law, Mr. President. Sapat naman pong basihan ang nakakapangilabot na laki ng halaga ng mga anomalya sa flood control. Bilyones po ang pinag-uusapan nating nauwi sa ghost projects. Ang marangyang pamumuhay ng mga sangkot na opisyal ng DPWH at ang daang milyong kaya nilang ipatalo sa mga kasino ay kabilang sa magpapatunay sa paglabag sa batas na ito. These facts show that the accumulated ill-gotten wealth has undeniably breached the minimum threshold for plunder, which is 50 million pesos. Dahil ang bawat isang maanumalyang kontrata ay isang hayagang paglabag sa batas, malinaw po na natutugunan nito ang requirement ng anti-plunder law na nagsasaad na ang ill-gotten wealth ay dapat nagmula sa paulit-ulit o serye na mga gawain upang makaipon ng yaman sa pamamagitan ng pandaraya. Mr. President, we likewise detailed the infractions of the BGC boys in connection with their gambling spree. Sa paggamit ng fictitious names o aliases upang itago ang kanilang identity sa mga casinos.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for the latest hot news of the press.